Hello everybody and welcome back to East Origin. We are now in the flooded prison, and wizard robes are not exactly good swimwear. Thankfully I will be taking the proper route with much less me being dumb about my jumping abilities, and a whole lot more shooting of monsters, rather than slashing. Now, there are a lot of timed aspects to the jumping and navigating in the flooded prison, which means that Hugo's timing for that sort of thing is going to be a good bit tighter than it was for Unica. Not to say that I fail any of it. I played this game far too often to not have this down by now. But just a word for anyone who's thinking of picking up this game. Yeah, the dash function is much more helpful for Hugo because apparently there are some children in the ancient land of East who do not run free as the wind. Run into the next room, get slashed. Seems about normal. Other than that, there's nothing too much to be concerned about. Hugo is very good at dealing with quite a few of the enemies to be found around here because his method of attacking keeps him just that much more safe. This isn't to say that everything Hugo does is going to be a cakewalk, but a lot of the normal enemies just plain aren't really a threat to him. Yeah, the blast radius of the power shot does not actually care about vertical distance. At least not that much. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to get the extra 500 bonus SP from Rico earlier. Oh well. Can't win them all. Armor is gotten in pretty much the same locations across all characters. These things especially are much easier as Hugo because you don't need to get in the way of their poison gas spewing. And there are a lot of ways you can get around it or attack from outside of its range anyway. Things in particular are much more accessible to deal with when you're playing as Hugo, because there's much more room to get out of their way and so on. Plus, his magic missiles actually have a bit more vertical reach than they might initially look like they do. And I will be abusing this as much as possible. Okay, these things are still a pain no matter who you're playing as. By the way, even though I do gain a level out here, my damage does not actually increase that much against these rock monsters. That's because in the Nepishtim Engine games, like I've said before, attack versus defense is not a straight comparison like it was in earlier Ys games, like Ys 1 and 2 and Dawn of Ys and whatever all else. There's an actual formula involved this time. In any case, I came around here just to grab this. And get that extra experience I need for the level. Because the next boss can do some pretty nasty things to me, and I wanted to be prepared. Say nothing of the normal monsters around here. Aim correctly. The purpose of the fire button is to do things, not just to make noise. Okay, one more monster to smash. And the usual round of upgrading. I can't really afford anything more than armor upgrading right now, though. But it'll just have to be enough. Oh, you again. We stomped you in video 1 of this story. Well, the fact that Veligunder had a pop-top brain case probably had something to do with its defeat, too. Don't give them advice, Hugo. That's a very good question. Well, this is problematic. Also familiar. Sorry about that pun. That would be one hell of a boss fight. However, this game is fair. Gameplay-wise, anyway. Hey Epona, looks like you can call upon the spirits of the vasty deeps, but do you think they'll listen? This is a bit of tricky business. I don't know why they made Epona such a jerk on Unica's route when she's at least a little bit agreeable as far as other characters go. Okay, we were not off the hook for Vigolian. He behaves in generally the same manner, but his patterns have a bit more additions to them this time. This version has been built around the fact that you have the dash boots, so its attacks have a somewhat more range and speed and area and all that kind of thing. Not just its fire breath either. And my shield went down just as the claw blades reached me. We don't actually get much advantage out of Hugo's range this time, at least not yet. But that will change fairly soon. Here we go. If you line up just right, you can hit both of the half-sized Vigolians with Hugo's magic attack really piling on the damage. And if you do it just right, boom, he's gone. Health refill, boss defeated. Conversation time. Yeah, it'll be, well, you'll see. was always after some guy called Gadget. So yeah, she's talking about Wolverdante. Wolverdante was only peripheral in Unica's route, but he's gonna be showing up a bit more here. Oh my. We'll get back to you on that. And she gone. And our reward, just like last time, is the breathing under the water device. And Hugo's shell tone is probably the power of anger, too. And now we get to meet the tanking part of the adventuring party. No, I shouldn't have. Oh yeah, there are a whole bunch of floors left for Hugo. I'm glad that they kept the height of the tower the same as in East 1, though. Even if there is somewhat more content to each floor. Yeah, a little bit of background. Total Fact is the other knight who went to the surface and, well, basically fought to the death, as you saw him standing back to back with Saul in the opening cutscene of the Ys Origin. Indeed, Dallas is actually pretty good at wizarding. In fact, one of the things I actually liked about Dallas in Ys 2 is that he tells Adol that he's powerless to stop him 3 times, and at every one of those 3 times, Adol is actually incapable of doing anything to Dallas, both story-wise and mechanically. Adol does not have the attack power to defeat Dallas's defense until he gets the Claria Sword after undoing the petrification curse of Dallas's. Once again, Rico is stuck at base. Well, at least there's no chance of breakage when you have Rico upgrade things. Well, that's fair. Hugo's destruction is wide-ranging and indiscriminate. Yeah, there's really nothing that Rico can do to fix Hugo's issues, but at least he can upgrade our weapon. Speaking of which, let's have a little chat with him now. Yeah, I like how Rico never actually gets to explain how the upgrade process works. Yumika's like, I don't understand anything about magic because I can't use it. And Hugo's like, Rico, I'm already a wizard, hit me with the upgrade. Yeah, as you know, is probably one of the worst phrases you can attach to exposition. But anyway, that's it for this session of Ys Origin. We will save so I don't have to do that fight again, and I will be seeing you next time. Bye.